Hey folks, it's Ben for the Red Barn Homestead channel. We're here, we're doing an assembly video for the For Living Soft Top Gazebo. I'm not sure if this is a house brand for Canadian Tire or not, but we bought it at Canadian Tire. So this will be a video on how to put it up, and I presume other gazebos that are probably similar to it. So we'll get right to it here. We won't mess around a little bit. Length is 10 feet, width is 10 feet, and it's 8.8 feet or 8 feet 8 inches high. It's got a rust resistant powder coated steel frame, and it's weather resistant and a fire retardant canopy, and includes the netting that you see in the picture here. It's kind of a neat little one here. We've got a brand new deck that we've just built that we're going to kind of assemble this on. That's what it was built for. So let's get to it. So on top we have, it looks like the canopy, which they call part F.
That's the netting.
Oh, the netting, okay. Instructions in, that looks like French, and this is the English side. Bunch of part 1s. Bunch of part 5s. Guess I could put these in order. Part 3s. 4s. 2s. A little bit fancy to it. Looks like it's got some ground stakes and pins that we probably won't use on our deck. Hopefully we can use them to fasten them to the ground. Some string. Some clips. Looks like 4 of those. Now the canopy. If you have questions or concerns, if you need parts, it's not a permanent structure, sure, and replacement parts order form. And looks like we've got our ends and our feet with some screw holes, which we were hoping about because we'll screw it to our deck and the rest of the box. So for that, here's our part layout. Let's get building. So the first step of assembly has you take these the B pieces, which are these super sets here, and you connect a number 3 on each side, a 4 in the middle, and then connect the next corner with a 3. So it goes B, 3, 4, 3, B, 3, 4, 3, B, and we do that all the way around. And then we use a number 1 in the bottom to hold it all up, I guess. And you want to make sure when you put stuff in, it goes click, because everything has a little bit here, then you can click it right into that. So we'll probably time lapse this part. So one of the things that we've run into with the issue here is that this is just the slot piece, and then you have a piece that has a piece of metal that comes out, and this piece of metal happens to be further in the pipe. So we're going to have to get a pair of needle nose to kind of pull it back out so it'll snap into our corner piece. Okay, so we've got that first assembly done. That's page 1. Page 2 has us using part C, which is a 4-way. 4 of the little H pieces and 4 of the pole 5s. And it appears we clicked all the 6s into the middle C part, and we clicked the 5s onto the H pieces, and we're making the little stub parts on top, or the little stub parts of the H on top. And that's going to be the top part of the gazebo, I'm guessing. So everything went into the center clip just fine, although I find that these are a little tight sometimes. You got to put a little pressure on them. And on these number 5s that connect this H piece to essentially the corner, they do have a squished end and then a wide open end. So the squished end goes towards the center. It's the only way it can lock in, so there's only one way to put it together. And as predicted, now we connect the number 5 pieces into our B corner pieces. That's step 3. And then step 4 will be the enjoyable having to put the top canopy on. Okay, so we're now on step 4, which will be the canopy. And there is a little instructional note here. I hope it's on frame. On our H piece here, it comes out to an end. We want to make sure that this E part goes under it. Because I guess our second canopy, which is, and it has it on the back there, E and D. Our top part, part D, will actually loop over the H part and have a screen apparently. And then there are strings that we'll use to tie them together. So I guess the top part doesn't fall away. So let's just have fun with that. I should check see if we're on frame. So this part went on pretty tight. You really want to have 2 people, I guess, because just to hold the frame from moving while you're pulling it. This is pretty taut. So our next part is to actually, there are little ties on the canopy and on the little subroof here, and I guess we're tying them together so bugs don't get in.
Okay.
So we got the top part on. We just little ties there on the corners to keep the mosquito netting down. Next I've got to put, I guess we're putting in the next legs. So that'll be between parts 1 and 2. And then we'll also slide in part A. That's the plastic foot. And looking at the canopy, there are going to be tie downs as well. So we've got a couple means to get this thing cinched to the deck here. So let's go up another 4 feet and bring her up. So our kit only came with 3 of the 4 required feet. So we'll probably not put one on the corner that's the least amount to get blown by the wind. And we'll do the other ones. There is a form to fill out requesting parts. So we'll see if we can do something on the internet otherwise. Oh, we'll come up with something. Okay, so next we're going to make sure there's a clip on the outside corner, I guess. That'll be for tying it down with a stake. That's why they gave us so many, I guess. But what we're going to be doing is pulling it down over, and then there's a clip on the inside here that clips into 3 holes on the bottom on that pole there. And then there's another little clip that clips onto the plastic hook on the foot, which of course we only have 3 of those. And then there's also a ground stake, which in our case we're not going to use. We'll probably just use a screw into the wood of the deck. And then we're also going to do this step. There's a bunch of Velcro ties, and you're going to Velcro it around the metal poles to kind of give it a good level look. And I would not be surprised if, yep, we're getting close to the end of that. So let's pull her over. Okay, so we're getting near the end, but we have the main structure up. For us attaching it to the deck, we'll need to do a cross measurement to make sure that our legs are approximately square, because we'll have it in the corner, and then we'll kind of make sure the legs are where we're going to put them, and then we'll put a screw down. And then, so the final 2 steps we have, they give us a huge, massive bag of clips, hopefully enough. And for the netting, mosquito netting, they'll go along the top rails here, and then they include little Ziplocs, not Ziplocs, Velcro for the corners. And then there'll be a place where you can actually just squeeze them in tight, although for our building we're probably going to keep them deployed all the time. And then finally we have the hooks on the edge here, which I don't know if that's on or off frame, but these are to get tied down to something. So in our regard, we'll tie it down to the hand railing, but they're meant for more stakes. These stakes here that go in the ground, and you can tie it down some more so the wind doesn't grab it. In our case, we'll just cinch it down to the deck, and that's it. So that's a pretty cool build, but we'll let you watch us put up all the screening and tie it down to the deck. So with our netting like this, if you come inside, we'll show you, you have all these little black kind of connectors, and they've got the little loops on the screen, so you mostly just clip, and you put them all the way around. And it comes as one piece that you can then zip together, so you can be completely enclosed on that. So it's already kind of wiggling around in the wind. So we've got it pushed into the corner of the deck, so that corner post is exactly there. And in this bag, they've given us, I'm not sure how many strings. All of them, apparently. So these are going to be used to tie, in this case, and if you're doing it just on your grass, you'd tie the corner down to a stake, but in our regards, we're going to tie it down to the deck. So we're going to tie this one down, and then we're going to do some measurements, and then we're also probably going to sink a screw into the foot, and that way the foot won't go anywhere either. So we'll have it tied down to the deck, plus we'll have the foot tied down, and I'll come up with something for the missing foot area, because we'd like to have it done today. Yeah, these are really long, and I don't know how many there are, but there's a bunch, but we'll tighten it down and we'll show you when we're done. So we've got the installation complete. I've taken a screw and put it onto each foot here. The 3 that we got on in this kit here, that sucks. We have all our velcro up. We've tied, on the outside, there's that D-ring essentially that we've tied everything to. So we've got a tie in the corners on the guardrails, and we don't have anything on this one yet, but we're putting in a step right here. So we'll come up with an eye bolt or something that'll allow us to secure this leg down. So it'll be good as well. But this is that tent assembled. So if you have any questions on it, it was fairly easy, and I don't actually think you could put it together wrong unless you confused that pipe with that pipe or something like that. Like I said, we got it at Canadian Tire for about $150. For us, it's a trial. If we like having a gazebo out here, we'll probably get a better one, because $150 is pretty cheap. They can go into $7, $8, $9, even $1,000 easy. Even ones with hard roofs. The holes are here to help drain out water, so that'll be nice. And to keep the mosquitoes out, we're going to put a carpet down as well, have some furniture in here, and kind of use it as a 3-season room for a little bit anywho. But if you have any questions, ask them. Any comments, leave them if you have one or have had a good experience or not. So far, we're pretty good. It goes together well outside of missing one of the feet. That's not so bad. And subscribe to our channel, Red Barn Homestead. We're about to do a video on a furniture assembly, so that'll be going for us. And lots of other box openings, trials, reviews, stuff like that. Sewing, all that good stuff. So we'll see you guys next time.